Hi everyone. So we're going to discuss a very common topic today, that is thermometers and temperature measurement in children. So almost every kid would have a fever in his lifetime, and measuring a fever can be a big task for children, and there are many different thermometers which are available in the market. So I'll try to make it very simple. So let us target the discussion towards the digital thermometer. Now these digital thermometers are the preferred one. The infrared are not so specific, and sometimes they can give a false high or low reading, and whereas the mercury thermometers are obsolete. So do not use mercury thermometers at all. It's a hazard, so you should not be used. So digital thermometers are most frequently used. So take any company of digital thermometer and then you switch it on. Then where to place a digital thermometer? The preferred site in children is basically the axillary site. Now you place the digital thermometer in the axillary site. Sometimes a mistake is done that you place it like this and it bypasses the axilla altogether. So make sure you put the tip of the thermometer in the axilla like this, and then the machine will automatically beep after a minute or so, and then whatever reading comes over here, that reading you document and you tell the doctor that the temperature is 38.5 degrees Celsius as per axillary temperature. No need to add 0.5 and 1 degree Celsius on your own. Do not do that. So whatever the temperature reading in Fahrenheit or centigrade that you are getting, you document it and tell the doctor that I am getting a reading of 101 Fahrenheit in axillary. He will only understand how to add and what to add and how much to add. Then the important thing is, after taking the temperature from axillary, the probe should be cleaned with simple cloths and water. No need to dip the whole thermometer and no need to repeatedly apply alcohol swabs to it. So if you're using for the same patient, use simple swab which is dipped in water, or if you're using for different patient, that time an alcohol swab will be beneficial. Then comes if I'm using the same thermometer for oral. So oral thermometers are not preferred, but if a child is able to sit, that is from 5 years onwards, you can do oral thermometer, but axillary is usually preferred over oral because the child can sometimes bite and can break. So oral are not preferred, but if you are keeping it, keep it under the tongue. Make sure the child does not bite and wait for the beep, and when the beep comes, because it is oral, you need to make sure that it is again washed under tap water and cleaned. If you're using for other patient or other family member, cleaned with alcohol swab. The thing about oral is you should not drink hot water before taking the temperature. And now comes the non-contact infrared thermometers. Now this is not a very specific and not preferred, but if you are using that guns, then you have to read the instruction manual, whether the forehead or the wrist or the chest, which one is the one which is preferred for that gun, infrared gun. And it doesn't cause damage to the pineal gland at all. It's a infrared thing. It doesn't cause damage to the brain, so don't worry. And the thing is, if the child is sweating too much, then the sweat will actually decrease the temperature and the local temperature, and it might give a reading which is not accurate. So these infrareds are not the first choice, but there's definitely an alternative choice. If the child is too irritable, is not allowing you to put the oral or the axillary, then you would go for the infrared. So once the temperature is documented, just write that what is the temperature, write the method, write axillary or oral, and inform the doctor. One quick point about wrapping the babies. There is a tendency to over wrap the baby because he's having a fever. Over wrapping the baby will cause the temperature to shoot up, and it is not so great. So when the temperature is going high, just do not increase the number of clothes or keep on adding blankets so as to cause sweating and then the temperature will go. That is a wrong concept. But if a child is like 8 to 10 years of age and above and he feels that chills are happening, if he asks, then you can give. But for small children do not overwrap the kids. So the number of layer of clothes you are wearing, try to restrict to that number of layer of clothes for the child plus one and not more than that. And as far as one more thing that we do is tepid sponging. So do not use cold water sponging. The cold water, the ice water, when you apply on this kid, the kid will actually shiver, will have chills, and then the fever will actually go up. So what you do is tepid water from the tap water. So the sponging should be done with the help of tap water, which should not be very cold. It should be just at room temperature, and you do it, apply it on the forehead, the axilla, the body and the legs, and the temperature will come down. So very briefly I've discussed about the thermometers, the digital thermometers in particular, briefly about the infrared thermometers, and some don'ts that we commonly do when temperature measurement is done in children.